there's no point taking this farm if we don't make it better for ourselves. Well, that line kind of tells us quite a lot about Snowball as a character, because it's sort of his whole direction. He, for my money, is the sort of purest version of this revolution, apart from maybe Major. And he really does. He's a socialist, and he doesn't feel like there's any point of doing what they've done if they're not going to actually improve the situation they're in. And at this point in the play, they have taken the farm, but they're still doing exactly the same work that they did when Jones was there. They're all still knackered, they're freezing, nothing's really changed. And he's looking around at the rest of the animals on the farm and just basically working out that this isn't a tenable situation. Everything we did was pointless unless we elevate ourselves to a different kind of place of living and being. So yeah, it's sort of a very microcosm line about who he is and what his kind of needs are and designs are for the play. Snowball is a pig, and the pigs are quite central to Animal Farm, in that they are sort of responsible for taking the farm in the first place. They become responsible for deciding how the farm is run. They become responsible for a lot of the bad things ultimately that happen. So he's right in the middle of it, and the reason he's right in the middle of it is because Major, who's his dad in the way that we're playing it, started the whole revolutionary idea. And he and his family, which again is the way we're playing it, in an original Animal Farm, the pigs aren't necessarily related in the way that we're doing it. So the way we're doing it, Major is Snowball's dad, Napoleon is Snowball's brother, potentially his twin brother. We've been exploring in rehearsal, and Squealer is his younger brother. So he's got a very family relationship right at the heart of the play. And then in relation to the other animals, I think he's probably very aware of Clover and Benjamin. But actually, as we've been rehearsing, I think potentially a character flaw of his is that he's not actually that personable with a lot of the other characters within the play. They're a means to an end because they're animals, and he's trying to get them all to get somewhere. But he doesn't have that many sort of personal relationships with them in the way that actually Napoleon and Squealer end up getting. So I think that's potentially a character flaw of his. But yeah, so he's there, he's pig, he's got his family, and then everyone else is kind of part of a mass that he wants to improve. My favourite thing about Snowball is, well, there's quite a few things. His passion, his enthusiasm, his excitement, his ambition. It's a great character to play because he's kind of he's kind of everything I would like to be as a person. He's very brave. He's very kind of sort of purely kind of socialist without any negotiation. So he's not going and getting himself like a coffee from Gale's. He's like properly in it, and that's cool. It's not who I am. So I really enjoy stepping into his trotters, so to speak, because he's a really exciting person and dynamic. And like I said a minute ago, he's proud, which I think is his downfall, but that's also fun to play. So it's all great. I love him. A line from the script is there's lots of them, and a lot of them aren't mine. But I'll choose one of mine, which is that during a scene with Napoleon, when they have a big argument, he says to him, "We're not piglets in the mud anymore, Napoleon." And I feel like that really encapsulates him, because he's moved past that, and Napoleon has.